Hello, this is Malorian. We're now on the fifth and the last game of the Elder Basement Tournament. And this one was going to be pretty critical for a couple of reasons. One, it was a thing where, hey, I'm there, I'm now 2-2, and I like to finish tournaments where I win more than I lose. So I'd really like to win this one. Second reason is the guy I'm playing against. This is that guy. Remember from the very first video where I walk in, it's like, hey, you're a douche because of my army? Like I said in the beginning, if you don't remember, it's all like in jest. Well, it's not completely in jest. He's a guy from the community that really likes to try and push fun armies and theme stuff. You know, he tries like, don't take the spell scroll and stuff like that. He's trying to really encourage people taking fun armies. And so me bringing this monster, he thought he should, let me know that's a douchey army type thing. So it's like, all right, now I get the revenge, right? You've been mocking me the whole tournament. I get to smash you. But we'll see how it goes. Another thing there is, Shira, my daughter's there as well. And between the two games, between Game 4 and Game 5, it was pretty touch and go. She was getting already the thing where she didn't want to be there. She was getting restless. So I really didn't know how this game was going to go. So I wanted to get in there and just crush the game so I could be done and could deal with my daughter. So all this together, it's going to be the skink one again. He's controlling the skinks. I'm trying to attack them. And he's running ogres. So ogres for the most part, I don't get thunderstomps, but I should be able to pick my fights. Of course, there's the iron blaster. But if I can get around the iron blaster, I should be okay. But hey, let's see what happens. Alright, so looking on the board here, over here he has the Mornfang, and of course that Gorger isn't on the board. He's off right now. I really don't know how much it's going to take to beat the Mornfang. They have so many attacks. Sure, my monsters are tough, but with so many attacks, something's bound to go through. So I'm hoping to set up a flank, but we'll have to see what he gives me. In the center here, he has his Nobblers, who are trappers, his big bull Death Star that has the Slaughter Master and BSB. Then he has his Man-Eaters, who have Snipe and Poison. He also has the Iron Breakers, or what are they called? But the big great weapon guys. And there he has the Fire Eater, or the level 2 Mage. Iron Blaster there on the far right. And of course, Skinks all the way kind of behind. It seems whereas the last guy was going to try and run them past my lines, he's going to try and like bulldoze and just kind of follow behind. So looking at this, the plan is really to hit the small things and then avoid the big things. So like I said, dance around till I get a flank on the Mornfang. Obviously that Iron Blaster has to die as soon as possible, and then the Nobblers are easy, and then out of those three, the Man-Eaters are the easy ones. So kill those things. Of course, go for the skinks. Between my fireballs, other shooting, soul quench, kill them off. And then really from that should give me the massacre. Even if I have to lose my archers or my spearmen or whatever it takes, I should have enough for double the victory points. So he gets first turn and he makes things difficult because he shoots through my dragon here and does a bunch of wounds. So already my dragon's almost dead. I can't remember if the wounds came from the Man-Eaters this turn or from the Lead Belcher. But yeah, at the end of this turn, both my Archmage and my Moon Dragon are going to be almost dead. And that really doesn't help because I don't want to have to dedicate the Apotheosis. I want them in here to be actually helping and killing stuff. And them being dead was just really bad. Well, badly wounded to the point I couldn't dedicate them. Otherwise, the end of his turn looks like this here. He's just pretty much pushing up across the line. He's buffing up his main block there. And really, I don't care because I'm not going to beat them anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So on my turn over here, the Phoenix goes to the flank. 5 dragons trying to help out in the middle, now that my other dragon's almost dead. And on this side, I have the Griffin set up to go after the Iron Blaster, the other Phoenix on the flank. The Moon Dragon is moving back because I know he has Hell Hearts, so I want to keep my distance until I heal myself. I healed 1 wound this turn, and then otherwise the eagle's redirecting. I did a couple of wounds to some bulls, and that's really it. I think I maybe killed 1 skink as well, and it turned out not to be the one I needed, but yeah, that's pretty much it. On his turn, the Gorger shows up behind my lines, and, you know, between shooting and then combat, I should be able to get the points here. So if he kills the bolt thrower and then I kill him, it's not too bad, but, you know, it is what it is. And then, yeah, over here, this is going to be freaking awesome. He comes over here and he does a fireball to me. And I think, you know, a fireball to my 2 wound Archmage and my, you know, toughness 6 dragon, no big deal, right? Well, he does 2 wounds to my Archmage. I fail both my 3 pluses. Bam. And there you go. No more magic for me except for my fireball guy. And it's just, my luck this game is atrocious. Over here, he, okay, and it keeps going. He shoots a cannon through the griffin. I figure, all right, maybe he won't kill the griffin. I got the charm shield. I should be okay. Well, he rolls a 1 to wound the griffin. I roll a 1 on the charm shield, and then I fail my monster reaction, and he decides to guard the body. So he might as well be dead. Then the man-eaters shoot my phoenix. With the poisons, they stick 2 wounds. And the thing that I was kicking myself for here, it wasn't until now that I realized that phoenixes have 5 wounds and not 4. So looking back, I don't know how that could have changed other games, but this is one of the things where coming into a tournament with a fresh army and all this stuff, you make these mistakes. So it would have been nice to know that, you know, figure out they had 5 wounds before, but at least I know now. Otherwise, it looks like this. He killed the eagle. Things are shifting around. Mornfang turned to face me, and that's pretty much it. So, on my turn, I go to charge the Nobblers, and I roll a 1. So my dragon takes a wound. And over here, I charge... Okay, I charge his stupid man-eaters. He decides to stand and shoot. Rolls a bunch of 6s for poison. Don't save him. Phoenix dead. Yeah, that just happened. Otherwise, and now this is just ridiculous. He had the 2 skinks here, right? I'm really trying to kill the skinks to try and get these points, to try and get back in the game. So the fire dragon is trying to kill the nobblers to try and get into the 2 skinks and kill them. Over here, my reavers went into the skinks here, killed both, but they were both fake. And when they're fake, they explode. They killed some of my reavers, panicked them. They ran over my dragon and panicked my dragon. Yeah, the luck just keeps on coming. Now, here on the side, this turned out to be a good and a bad thing. I found my daughter all curled up on the chair, and I thought, like, oh no, was I ignoring her? Was she feeling sick? She was actually asleep. So I kind of had to, like, wheel the chair over here, and, like, I moved another one after to make it sound like a long bed, but really kind of made me feel bad, or kind of see that it was kind of a fail bringing my daughter here. It really didn't work out. Overall here, though, otherwise, I charged into him with my Phoenix, and I thought, like, because at this point, I just needed to come back, right? Well, the Phoenix beats him, he fails his test, and runs off the board. And I was like, wow, that's so lucky. But like, talking to him, if you guys remember Kieran Dunleavy, I guess he did the same thing to him. Just a frontal charge, beat him, send him away. So I don't know the full numbers. It seems extremely risky. But hey, you know, there you go. I guess Phoenix are a good counter to Mornfang. Otherwise, the board looks like this. So the Nobblers were destroyed. I'm now into his skinks. And I'm now making him make a hard decision. Because if he goes into my dragon, then he'll probably beat me, but I'll probably get away. And then if he goes after my spearmen or my archers, then, of course, I can, you know, he gets away from the dragon type thing. Otherwise, I do some shots and stuff into the Gorger, do 3 wounds, and, yeah, just really wished my Griffin could do something. So on his turn, he tries to charge my Griffin, but he fails the charge. And otherwise, it looks more like this. So he went over into my Fire Dragon there, just beat the crap out of him. Just, yeah, he's just dead. It was actually just like pretty much impact hits, you know, pretty much sealed the deal. So that was pretty bad. Otherwise, you know, he charges into a bolt thrower, kills a bolt thrower, goes into the archers. That was kind of expected. But, yeah, his Iron Blaster was moving over. He was trying to kill my Phoenix. I believe that wound on him is because of the Iron Blaster, so I got lucky there where he hit me and only rolled a 1. But, yeah. All right, now this is my big ploy again to try and catch up in points because I know I'm in trouble. So what I tried doing was charging in the flank with the Phoenix, the Reavers, and then the front with the Spearmen. Now normally I wouldn't do the Reavers because of how, you know, they're just free victor, like free combat res. But I figured if people were attacking the Spearmen, they weren't going to be attacking here. It'd be some extra wounds for me. But the Spearmen failed, and so all of a sudden this combat's not looking that good. And so how it ends, that he kicks my butt, I break, both of his units are over there. He doesn't chase me so he can kill the stuff over here. I kill the Gorger in combat, and the dragon rallies. And this was embarrassing. Then he uses his free skink to charge my Phoenix. I fled, whatever, and so then the skink catches me and kills a Phoenix. So pretty good for a free skink. Otherwise, what he does is he charges into the Spearman, I flee, and then he redirects into the archers here. Over here, he charges into the Griffin, and obviously this thing will be dead now. Over here, I make a brave challenge with my champion. You know, this champion's done nothing the entire game. I might as well challenge here, and yeah, we all know how this fight's going to go. And in the end, this was kind of funny here too, where he really didn't know if he should chase me or not, didn't know if I'd roll low. In the end, decided to play it safe and chase me. I only rolled 5, so I stayed on the board, but then he only rolled like a 3 and didn't catch me. So that was kind of funny, but of course, he's just going to kill me after this. And then pretty much at the turn here, what do I have left, right? I mean, this is how it looks at the end. It's all really bad. Over here, he comes here to finish me off. My Moon Dragon's going to be shot in the face with a cannon and die, and my Spearmen are going to fail to rally and go off the board. And between that and then him eventually shooting off and killing my other fast cav, it's a tabling. So there you have it, a very disappointing game from myself. It was just one of these things where, again, it just seems luck is going crazy, right? I just can't help it. You know, it's one of these things where, I mean, going into a game, going up against an Iron Blaster, you have to know you're going to lose like one of your monsters types things, right? That is just going to happen, but then you can blitz the Iron Blaster and then things can turn around. But it's just the way things go with this is just one crazy thing after another. And I mean, those skinks running down the Fire Dragon, then running down the Phoenix, maybe it was a mistake and I shouldn't have sent in the Reavers at all, but without all that like super dedication and without the Thunderstomps, the Phoenix won't beat that unit by itself, and they'll just turn around and destroy the Phoenix anyway. So I really needed to dedicate everything to make something happen. You know, again, maybe I could have just left them alone, gone after something else, but in the end, I don't think it would have changed much overall in the long run. It's just one of these things where I was doing this desperate ploy to try and save the win, because at this point I would rather try and go for that push to try and win more than I lose, because at this point I don't care how much I lose by. If I lose by a massacre or a minor loss, it doesn't matter, right? The main thing is for personally, I'm trying to win more than I lose. So I failed that one. It was still a fun game. It's one of these things, again, where like me and the other guy, we're good friends, and it's like, oh, I can't believe this happened. Oh, I can't believe this. Oh, it's just, you know, so it's fun that way, but still at the same time, just frustrating to be on, like, looking at your dice and the other dice and just saying, yeah, what can you do, right? These things just happen. So there you go. Video will be coming up right after this where I'm going to be covering, you know, my army and my thoughts on the tournament and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys there, and thanks for watching. Bye.